Howdy everybody. Haven't done a beekeeping video in way too long, so I figured I'd give you a little tour of the apiary and show you what kind of queens I've got going on, and then maybe I can give you a quick tour of two of the hives as I go through them. So here's the boardwalk that leads out to the apiary. Because I'm kind of running out of room in the apiary and I don't have enough space to give nukes the right amount of space for mating queens, I started putting nukes on fence posts. So just found a fence post topper for bird feeders, and then screwed a board to it, and then now I have a spot to put mating nukes. These are 4-frame nukes. They've got about 5 or 6 foot separation, and so the queens can find their nuke a lot easier. You can see a few in there now. Here's my custom fencer upgrade. I just took the Parmax Solar 12 and I upgraded it with a 30-watt solar panel and a 12-volt marine battery. We got the charge controller in there. Pretty much stays controlled at 14.3 volts, except at night it'll drop down to 13. But it's been working really well so far. So here's all the hives. I think there's 16 in here now. First up, we've got one from Ames. This one is requeening right now. It's pretty well hygienic. We've got Italian Cordovan, really gentle golden bees. We've got Roofer's Daughter, another Italian. This is the mother to the other split. Here is where I keep Old Blue. She's in the number 6 spot. This is the original Roofer's Queen I got back in 2020, and she gets 2 stars because she's so awesome. I've never found a single mite in her hive for the 3 years I've had her. She's doing really good. There they are. And right down the row, we've got a good strong colony. This is the original Ames queen that I got last year, that I've took some splits off of. We don't want to miss spot 5 and 7. These are 2 Lloyd Street queens from Trevor Bowden. This queen came as a virgin and got mated here, and this one was a mated queen that came from Trevor. As you can see, I've got both of them in 2 deeps right now. The virgin is a little further behind because they needed time to mate. There's a couple more colonies. Looks like this colony is pretty active, bringing in some pollen and nectar. So in spot 9 and 11 we've got this is another Roofer's colony from a different Roofer's Queen I got in 21. And then here's a daughter of Old Blue. Over here we've got a hygienic mutt that I got from my sister, and then here's another Lloyd Street virgin that got mated. We got a couple more Roofer's hives here. The 2 deeps on the bottom started as a triple 4/4/4 nuke that I put into 2 deeps last week. Then that deep is a newspaper combine from a queenless hive that I'm making use of. Over here is my 555 stack nuke, and that's another roofer's daughter. Here's my Bolton Bees box, and they're doing good today. This one's on a screened bottom board. They seem to stay pretty cool on their own. And then the last spot is another Lloyd Virgin Queen that got mated. And it looks like they're doing good. So I'm going to get a shot of some goldenrod. And the wasps have been, and yellow jackets have been out here trying to rob out the colonies, but the colonies are strong and they're fighting them off. So now I'll see if I can go through a few hives for you. Okay, so as long as we're out here doing this, I gotta show you the star of the show. My roofer's queen. She's in 4 deeps. I'm using her as a brood factory and a honey factory. So I'm feeding her sugar syrup, and I'm trying to get all of her workers to draw out a bunch of comb and make a bunch of honey out of this sugar syrup, so that come winter time I can distribute some of these frames of honey to other weaker colonies that don't have as much, and sort of equalize them. This colony is full of bees. There they are, 4 deeps up. So we'll give them a little smoke, let them know I'm coming. I was in here the other day stealing a frame of eggs, so I already know that top box is full of honey. And we'll see how things are going in this 3rd deep. I had to throw in a checkerboard in a couple of empty foundations to replace the brood frames I took. This is going to be a honey frame, I think, because it's heavy. Honey, little pollen. More honey, or I should say sugar syrup and pollen. And the frames I checkerboarded in, they are already drawing out nicely. When you've got a lot of bees and you're feeding them sugar syrup, they draw wax nicely. So they're drawing that out. No eggs or anything in it yet, it's still pretty shallow. I think we'll put this one back together and go down one more box. Up we go! This is when boxes get heavy, when they're full of syrup. Okay, hi girls. What do you got for me? There is a frame of eggs. And a few more eggs. Ooh, there she is. There's our queen. She's dark. She's got a blue dot. And she's a producer. She's just getting this frame laid up. There's a few eggs in here. She's starting to work it. Just got to show her off a little bit more. Isn't she a beauty? She's 3 years old, and she's still laying like crazy. So I'm gonna wait for her to crawl upwards a little bit, or at least change positions here. Get off the bottom of the frame. She's so old, her wings are a little tattered. Oh yeah, now I can see a ton of eggs on this side. Can you pick any of those up? Okay, she's in a safe spot. I'm going to get her back in while I have a chance. Okay, this colony's doing good. I've been babying them and giving them sugar syrup and pollen patty all season. And they've been taking it down and eating it, so as long as they keep using it, I'll keep giving it to them. Okay. Well, now you saw the star of the show, my old blue roofer's queen. So just wanted to share with you a little bit of my equipment. So my top covers, it's a standard 10 frame top cover. These ones I either rebuilt or built myself from scratch by reusing some old tin covers that I got from Gary Reuter. And then I just have 1-inch insulation polystyrene that I put in the top. In the wintertime I'll put 2 inches, but in the summertime insulation helps in the summer also, so I still leave 1 inch in there. And I just use some spray adhesive and put these either bird seed or feeds bags attached to the styrofoam so they can't chew on it. There's a few that I don't have a feed bag on, and they haven't really chewed on it, but I don't want them to start, so whichever ones I can put bags on, I do. So then that goes right on top. And as the sun beats down on the top of this, hopefully it's keeping the hive pretty cool. I haven't had much bearding this year, so this is part of what I attribute that to. And again, it works great in the wintertime to help thermoregulate the hive. Hey everybody, so I figured I'd do one more little segment on my getup that I'm using this year. So this is a Comfort Pro bee jacket that I got, and it is the best bee jacket I've ever worn. I'm not kidding. This material that they use, this mesh, is ventilated. It's very lightweight. It's got 3 layers. I have not been stung through this jacket this year. It's got the hood that comes down. You can get a drink of water, zip it back up. I've also got this neck fan going. Looks like a pair of headphones, but it's blowing air up at my face, which is huge. And then I've also got a sweatband that I started using this year. I was using a bandana, but then I started using actual sweat headbands. And it does a good job of keeping the sweat out of your eyes. Sometimes I wear gloves when I know I'm going to be doing a lot and making the bees mad. And sometimes I don't. So it just all depends on what I'm doing. The other day I wore shorts out here with just a veil. And I did get stung in the shin one time, but otherwise they were pretty nice to me. So that's my get up. Okay, so nice opportunity to show you a queen marking. I don't know if you can see her there, but there's the Lloyd Street mated queen. She has totally lost her red mark. So I'm going to get her in this one-handed queen catcher and mark her. This is always anxious thing to do. Not sure where she went. I think she's in there. I'm gonna set this down. Yep, she's in there. Only smashed one bee. Get the excess ink off my marker and then slide her up into the groove very gently. Get her in the right spot. There we go. She's stuck. It's not the roundest mark I've ever made, but she's marked. So I'm just going to give her a minute here to dry in the shade, and I'll go through the rest of the colony. So I'll see if I can catch this release for you. Make sure I'm in a good spot. She's using her back legs to rub her abdomen. Guess she decided to have a little spa day while she's not doing anything else. And whoop. Go down, Queenie. There she goes. Down she goes. Now our Lloyd Street mated queen is remarked red, and we can go on with life.